Okay, so these are the guys I worked with in L.A. when we was doing Ain't Misbehaving. Marshall Royal was the saxophonist. Benny Powell, trombone. Al Aarons, trumpet. Jerome Richardson, that's me, and Larry Ball. Yeah, I was right out of high school, and these are all the old cats who worked with Count Basie and a lot of folks during that time. So my dad taught me well. He taught me how to play jazz and play swing music. And those are the cats.
Somebody help me. I'm locked inside my fear and my sadness. Lost inside my head, I'm tossed and I'm torn. It's madness and I'm so confused. I needed your help. Somebody help me.
The Skillet Show!
I am the Reverend Dr. Stephen Roundtree.
I am Frankie Mahoney, a crooner from Mendover, Nevada. Here, my card. Oh, this sounds nice.
A cross-dresser.
Oh, give me that. Wrong card.
The woman you're looking for is standing right here.
Where?
Ken's a playwright. I'm a playwright. Ken's a musician. I'm not a musician, but I do write some music, and he makes sense of it and puts it together, arrange it, and that kind of stuff. And I direct, but he's not really a director. So that's kind of my part. And then I do most of the administrative work, all of the administrative
All
work.
administrative. I can't stand
That's not his thing.
administrative work. I can't stand that. So,
But what we both do is we both are actors. Mm-hmm. And so we do both know theater inside and out, from one perspective a little more than the other. So where I'm directing
I'm the
actors,
music guy.
he's always the music director.
But
yeah.
I can act too, though.
Yeah, he can act, but you can't act and be musical director at the same time. So that's what we've done. So we put together All God's Saints was one of the first shows that we did together. Mm-hmm. The book was already written, and then Ken rewrote all the music, 26 songs.
What, 26?
And, 26
songs.
And it was a gospel musical.
All gospel.
And but some kind of jazzy parts into it, because, well, that's what he is. He's a jazz guy.
We did it at the Producers Club.
The Producers Club.
Yeah, Producers Club. And that's the last time we did it. And we had all those people. I said, I'm not doing this again. Not with all these people. We had
26 actors in all.
Yeah,
trying
that
to
was
get
a lot.
them acting, dancing, singing. And when you put a lot of actors and you don't have a budget, then you get what you can get. And boy, you got to work real hard to try to get everybody together in shape and harmonizing. It was no easy task. But we were able to pull it off. And we did more than 10 shows. And we did 4 or 5 different places where we kind of took the show around, and were invited to other places where we didn't have to produce it ourselves. So that was nice.
We scaled it back and did a version called Martin Song, one of the characters in All God's Saints Go to Heaven Not.
Yeah, where we just focused on the main character with HIV/AIDS, and we promoted that as a HIV/AIDS.
But it's a little better because you had less people.
4 people.
Yeah, 4 actors, and it's much better to what's the word for it? To regulate. Whoa.
It was easier to direct and work with, and
right,
get schedules,
but I mean, you had to regulate all them
choreography,
folks, man.
all of that kind of stuff. It was just
so it was just 4 actors.
4 actors.
And so we took part of the music, and Terry just focused on that one character, and that was a little better. And we did it at some churches and some HIV kind of things, and
HIV promotions, and the good part about that is that we didn't really, as producers, didn't have to really come out of pocket because that was a producible show that
Right, because they don't want a lot. Folks don't want a lot of people on the show. It's hard to get a show produced when you got 26 actors. It's a lot of work. So most shows that they produce is small cast. They want a small cast. They want to be able to go a lot of different places and not spend a lot of money. If they got to spend a lot of money, they're not going to deal with it.
Well, not just that. They want something that's going to speak to people. And Martin's Song had a lot of pertinent storylines in it in terms of people at church working together, actually caring for each other, and as well as helping people. So you got somebody like Martin who was homeless and in need, and you got somebody in the church who's arrogant and their nose is all stuck up in the air and they feel like it's beneath them to deal with a homeless person. That's something that strikes a chord with churches, and so there was a lot of teachable moments in there. Not to mention the fact that Iris House and other places that dealt with HIV/AIDS awareness were very happy to have us as part of their fairs and a part of their symposiums and workshops that they were doing to promote more awareness for African Americans, especially in Harlem, because that's where we did the show the most.
Right, Harlem. Then we segued into, what did we do next?
No, we did Bones Venture, which was a completely opposite. This was his baby. He thought it was just going to be a small little show.
But it was a lot of people, and we had a lot of problems with that.
Why did I let him?
And the subject matter was a little...
racy.
Yeah, it's pretty racy about these two Polish guys who were...
at a brothel.
Yeah.
Starting a brothel.
Right. They were ex-porn... They were ex-porn filmmakers.
Can't do that in church.
Right. So it was limited. Then I had Jeffrey Owens help me with it.
Yeah.
And help me to really make
later on,
the music much better. But we did that show too.
We did that show,
at the Hartley House.
We did that show, but he kind of left me alone with that show a lot because he was traveling, doing a theater show, touring, and then I wound up doing the most of it. And he thought it was just going to be a small little show, but
it wasn't.
No, it's not. It was a big show. Another 24 people. 24.
No, it wasn't 24.
Yes,
12.
it was. It was far more than that. I'll show you the.
But anyway, we did that. We did a little reading. Then Jeffrey Owens helped me with. We did a reading
later on when we revamped it. When he revamped it.
Right, but then when they said that God says what do you have in your hands? So we did the Skillet and Booker. We had that school.
A middle school called the Forward School of Creative Writing, Forward Film, Orchestration, Writing, Art, Recording, and Drama. And so when we were doing that school, the kids had to write all of the scripts from the 128 state standards.
Right. Yeah.
And so it was an educational program. And as principal of that school, I had the opportunity to act in, and that gave me a chance to get out from behind the desk in administration and do some acting. And that show was, we did about 14 episodes over 2 years, 14 or 15 episodes over 2 years. People started saying that Miss Booker, who was my character, was really hilarious. And his character, Skillet, was crazy funny. So people kept telling us how funny we were. So when we finally left the school, left education, and we went to a family reunion, and they said, they need some entertainment. So for fun, we decided, let's go and do a little Skillet and Booker. So we did an improv, and I tell you, it went over so well. And then, unbeknownst to us, some kid cries out in the middle of the thing, "It's Skillet!" And we were like, what? He recognized us from the TV, or recognized him from the TV.
show, right.
And so then people started saying, you guys got something there. So we started writing little skits.
Terry wrote this script, and I just kind of like added some things to it, some characters, and part of one of my other shows that I wrote. And we came up with this Matters of the Heart show, which is much easier. It's just us two doing the whole show. We got 8 characters between the two of us. We doing the whole show together, so we ain't got to worry about somebody saying, I got to do an audition, this and that and that and this. So we did like open mics at comedy clubs.
Yeah, we went to all kind of comedy clubs all around New York. We went to
and
comedy,
Chicago.
And Chicago. We went to comedy clubs in Chicago, and we developed a little following.
Right.
People started saying,
Within a
hey,
week.
it's those two.
We did that show at the Holly House for 3 years. Then we went up to Comic Strip Live. You know, Comic Strip Live, that's where Eddie Murphy and all them guys started off. And then you had Adam Sandler doing, he did a show up there, and then Seinfeld. So it's a good spot. We just did it. Then we did 6 shows there, right, Terry? Over the course of a couple of years.
Yeah, they started liking us over there, but
Right.
you know, it's kind of hard to get people to want to spend a lot
that
of money
money
at a comedy
The
club.
comedy club, you
because,
got to do the 2-drink minimum and the
prices
cover
are
charge.
high.
And us folks don't like to spend that money.
Yeah.
We like to
know.
get stuff free.
Yeah. But in any case, so then now we're doing our show at a restaurant. We got a 6-month contract that we're doing our show at a restaurant, spoon-fed in Manhattan, and we don't have to produce it.
Right.
Ah,
so it's getting better.
We are getting
Things
to
are
the
getting
place
better.
where we're stopping having to self-produce, and that feels good.
Yeah. So hey, get a little 3D, y'all. Am I coming through your
Skillet
TV?
and Booker.
And that's
Mr.
it.
Mahoney.
Look here. Y'all come on out there to Spoon Fed and see Skillet and Booker
See
and
Skillet?
Matters of the Heart.
Miss Booker's waiting for you.
Ciao.
See ya.
Sorry, I'm eating a little bit. Come in, let me show you this. And so here's my wall of fame. Little Beanie is behind me, my dog. Here, Ain't Misbehaving. I did 1 million of those. And this was in San Diego. This is when we did it again. It was on Broadway. And one of the shows I did, it was signed by everybody, Nell Carter. It was signed by Andre DeShields and all the people that was on the show, the originals. I worked with them, okay? Everybody signed it, Luther Henderson, all of them. Then, let's see, here's The Wiz. I did that on the road. My first show was a chorus line. I was about 18, 19 years old when I was doing that show. I did it in Chicago, and I did it in New York also, subbed on it. Then I had all the people sign that. Here's another show I did. Beanie is with me here. Something I did in Europe. We was in Europe for 9 months. Okay. And then over here, Ain't Misbehaving with Frenchie Davis and Ruben Studdard. This is one of the shows I did. Well, it was a movie, a soldier story. It was when Denzel Washington first became a star. He wasn't a star there, so I played on the soundtrack to that movie in L.A. And I did Sophisticated Ladies here. That's the one that was with Gregory Hines. I had all of them to sign that. Isn't that something? There you go. All the shows I did. Oh, I forgot about this one, Ella, with Frida Payne, Maurice Hines. Music has been a big part of my life. I started at a very young age. And that's my brother Junior. We worked as kids, played drum solos, played all over the place. He was like a great drummer in Chicago. Nobody could touch him. Great jazz drummer. I was about 3 years old when I started. And he was about 7. And so we played all over the place. My dad's a drummer. My dad worked with Muddy Waters back in the 40s when he first came to Chicago. And they came to talk to my dad, and they put his name in the book. Can't Be Satisfied, Muddy Waters. So now I am continuing the tradition of drummers. So I think that is my That was my calling to continue the tradition of my brother and my father. They're not playing anymore. My dad he's 93. He's not playing gigs, of course, and my brother had a nervous breakdown. So I'm the one who's continuing on to tradition, the tradition.
Somebody help me. I'm locked inside my fear and my sadness. Lost inside my head, I'm tossed and I'm torn. It's madness and I'm so confused. I needed your help.